In the small village of Nsom, nestled between the rolling hills and the dense forest, lived a woman named Nneka. She was known for her striking beauty, with smooth dark skin that glowed in the sunlight and eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. Despite her beauty, Nneka lived a quiet and solitary life, avoiding the bustling village markets and the gatherings under the great Iroko tree. Her mysterious nature only fueled the rumors that spread like wildfire through the village. "She's hiding something," old women would whisper as they pounded yams. "Perhaps a secret lover," young girls speculated, their voices tinged with envy. But no one dared to confront her. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, a strange wind swept through Nsom. It carried with it a faint, almost imperceptible sound, a whisper. Nneka heard it clearly. It wasn't the wind, it was the voice of her past, calling her back to a time she had tried desperately to forget. She sat on the wooden bench outside her small hut, her mind racing. Memories flooded her, of laughter, of stolen moments under the stars, and of a love that had once made her heart race. But those memories were tainted with pain and regret. The secret she had buried for years threatened to resurface, and she knew the time had come to face it. The village seemed peaceful, but Nneka felt the storm brewing inside her. She looked towards the hills, where the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and red, and whispered to herself, "It's time they know the truth." Little did she know, her decision to reveal the secret would change the fate of Nsom forever. Years ago, when Nneka was only 17, her heart was stolen by Obiora, the son of Chief Udoka from the neighboring village of Umiuma. Obiora was everything Nneka admired, tall, confident, and full of life. They met in secret by the riverbank, where the soft babble of water masked their whispers and laughter. Their love was forbidden. The two villages had been rivals for generations, locked in a bitter feud over land and resources. If anyone discovered their secret, the consequences would be disastrous. But love, as Nneka and Obiora quickly learned, doesn't heed the warnings of elders or the weight of tradition. One night, under the light of a full moon, Obiora knelt before Nneka, his eyes shimmering with emotion. "We cannot keep meeting like this," he said, his voice heavy with both love and fear. "But I cannot live without you, Nneka." She took his hands in hers, her heart pounding. "Then we'll run away," she whispered. "We'll leave this village and its hatred behind." But fate had other plans. On the night they planned to flee, Nneka's older brother, Ikin, followed her to their secret meeting place. When he saw them together, rage consumed him. "You've betrayed our family," he bellowed, lunging at Obiora. In the scuffle, Obiora was injured and fled into the darkness, leaving Nneka sobbing by the riverbank. Ikin swore to keep her secret, but only if she promised never to see Obiora again. Fearing for her family and Obiora's safety, Nneka reluctantly agreed. That was the last time she saw him. Or so she thought. Her heart broke every day, but she buried her pain and her love deep within, vowing never to speak of it again. But secrets have a way of resurfacing, especially those tied to forbidden love. Years passed, but Nneka's heart remained tethered to memories of Obiora. Her days in Nsom were quiet, but her nights were haunted by dreams of their stolen love. She longed for closure, yet fear kept her silent. The villagers saw her as distant, but they couldn't guess the storm raging within her. One evening, Nneka decided she could no longer carry the burden alone. She went to the outskirts of the village to visit Mama Chidima, the herbalist known for her knowledge of ancient remedies and her ability to summon the spirits. Nneka hoped that Mama Chidima could give her something to ease her restless heart. The old woman's hut was dimly lit, the air thick with the scent of burning herbs. Mama Chidima sat cross-legged on the floor, her weathered face calm but alert. "What brings you here, child?" she asked, her voice low and soothing. Nneka hesitated but finally spoke. "I seek peace, Mama. My past haunts me, and I fear it will consume me." Mama Chidima studied her for a long moment, then nodded. She reached into her collection of jars and pulled out a small vial filled with a dark, viscous liquid. "This is a powerful potion," she said, her tone grave. "It will silence the pain, but it comes at a cost. You must never use it lightly." Nneka's hands trembled as she took the vial. What kind of cost? The spirits do not give without taking, Mama Chidima replied cryptically. But only you can decide if the price is worth paying. Nneka left the hut with the vial clutched tightly in her hand, her mind racing. She wasn't sure what she would do with it, but something told her that her life, and the village of Nsom, was about to change forever. As the weeks passed, the burden of her secret became unbearable. Every glance from the villagers felt like an accusation, every whisper a reminder of her guilt. It wasn't just her love for Obiora that tormented her, it was the shame of what she had done to the village. Nneka had used the potion, not for peace, but for control. In her desperation to erase her pain, she had poured it into the village's water supply. She hadn't known its full power, but soon the effects became clear. The villagers began to act strangely, their usual vibrancy replaced by a dull obedience. They followed Nneka's unspoken commands, their eyes blank and lifeless. At first, Nneka reveled in her newfound power. She thought she could shape the village into a place where love and peace thrived. But power, she quickly learned, is a dangerous thing. The laughter of children grew faint, the vibrant marketplace became eerily quiet, and the village's once colorful festivals were reduced to hollow ceremonies. The guilt clawed at her. What had she done? She had taken their free will, their joy, their very humanity. The same love that once filled her heart had driven her to commit an unforgivable act. Nneka's shame turned to anger. Why should I suffer alone, she muttered to herself one evening. They shunned me. They deserve to feel my pain. But even as she spoke the words, a part of her knew they weren't true. The people of Nsom didn't deserve this. They were victims of her grief and desperation. And now, Nneka faced a choice, to continue down this dark path or to find a way to undo the damage she had caused. The effects of the potion spread through Nsom like a shadow over the sun. Villagers wandered aimlessly, their spirits dulled. The once lively village chief, Iguianeo, no longer held council under the Iroko tree. Children no longer played by the river. Even the birds seemed to avoid the village, their songs replaced by an oppressive silence. Nneka's guilt grew heavier each day, and she began to feel the weight of an unseen presence. One night, as she lay in her hut, a chilling voice echoed in her dreams. Nneka, daughter of Nsom, your deeds have angered the spirits of Isiaiola. Isiaiola was the sacred land where the ancestors of Nsom were believed to reside. To anger the spirits was to bring doom upon the village. Nneka woke with a start, drenched in sweat. She knew she had to act, but what could she do? The next day, the village elders summoned a meeting, their faces etched with worry. A curse has fallen upon us, said Elder Njoku, his voice trembling. The spirits are punishing us for a sin we do not understand. Nneka sat silently at the edge of the gathering, her heart pounding. She wanted to confess but feared their wrath. Instead, she listened as the elders debated how to appease the spirits. They decided to perform a cleansing ritual at the sacred grove. That night, Nneka stood by the river, clutching the vial that had caused so much pain. Spirits of Isiaiola, she whispered, her voice breaking, I have wronged you. Show me how to make it right. The wind picked up, carrying her words into the night. She knew the spirits had heard her, but their answer would come at a price she might not be willing to pay.